Top 2 hits and top 2 misses from the 49ers 53-man roster.
Okay. So top 2 hits is not carrying 3 quarterbacks. I thought that was absolutely genius. Yep. There was way too much talent that could have been passed over had they kept Sudfeld. And guess what? He ended up on the practice squad. So good on you, Kyle. Mm-hmm. And the other one is Hasty over Gallman. Hasty is the more talented player. He's the younger player. And I felt like he came into camp way different this year physically. He's got a burst that Gallman just simply didn't have. And Gallman's a nice piece, don't get me wrong, but Hasty has really high upside. So for me, those were the 2 biggest hits that I saw on this 53-man roster.
Okay. Let me think of some more. 11 defensive linemen was cool. I like that. They all earned it. They could have kept 12, but they ended up bringing Darian Daniels on the practice squad. I'm surprised that people haven't found out about him. He looks good. So keeping the extra defensive lineman was cool.
They kind of did keep 12, though, because Hurst is going on IR. So technically, they did kind of keep 12. Oh, actually, in Willis, too. So really, they kept 13.
So those are good. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Keeping 2 quarterbacks, clutch. That was smart.
That was it.
Anything else we're missing here? I think you hit it. I got some quibbles.
I would say, yeah.
I got some quibbles.
Yeah, I definitely have some quibbles. I actually have one big quibble, and then I'll let you take the quibbles after that.
Go ahead.
Is that cool? Yeah. All right, so the one big one for me is I thought there's a missed opportunity. They kept 6 cornerbacks, which most teams do, and they kept 4 safeties. I think they should have kept 5 safeties. I think Maiden should have been on this team.
Yeah.
And they should have kept 5 cornerbacks. And the reason for that is because I think Ward in a pinch can play nickel better than anybody else on this team other than K1. And Lenore can play inside or outside. So if they have an injury or multiple injuries, they can roll him down. Maiden or any of these other guys, Hafunga, can fill in and they would be just fine. So I felt like Ward at corner is a better option than, I don't know, a Dante Johnson or a Devontae Harris, anybody like that.
Yeah. Okay, there's a few. I mean, losing Simba Webster.
Yeah.
That's your returner. And I think they thought that he was going to make it through waivers and he didn't. And so now they don't have a returner. They don't have a punt returner for week 1. I mean, Ayuk's hurt. Travis Benjamin has a concussion, is on practice squad. God knows who's going to return punts for them week 1.
Ambry?
I know who it is. I'm not allowed to say, but God knows. Let's put it that way.
Did you say you know?
I know. I was at practice today. I'm not allowed to say, but I'm just saying God knows.
That's fine. Okay.
There's nothing to be excited about. 2 hits. So other ones. Okay. Elijah. Hold on. What was the dude's name? Sullivan? No, wait. Hold on. The guy who went to the Giants. Just a second. Let me get his name. He got picked up. His name is, hold the phone, Hilliard. Justin
Hilliard. Yeah.
Okay, so Justin Hilliard led the Niners in tackles in preseason. He had 18. No one had more than 11. He looked pretty good, number 58. He was a 5-star recruit from Ohio State who stayed there 6 years, came here, and then they just waived him, and he got signed to the 53-man roster by the Giants. And the Niners, meanwhile, kept Demetrius Flanagan-Foles. I'm sorry. I don't see it with Demetrius Flanagan-Foles. Nothing against Demetrius. What? What was that?
I don't either.
Yeah. So, I mean, you probably should.
They had 2 better options than Flanagan-Foles.
They traded Jonas Griffith. He looked promising.
Yep.
Just so you could keep Marcel Harris and freaking Demetrius Flanagan-Foles. That was a mistake. And then not keeping Webster, like, dude, you could have cut Jonas. You could have cut Jawan Jennings. Cut him last year. He made it through waivers. He was on your practice squad. He hasn't done anything since. Not much, but you kept him and you lost your punt returner. You could have had both. I'm not saying choose one over the other, but I think they could have had both had they done it differently. Anyway,
I agree with that.
And Jawan Jennings.
I actually don't have an issue with keeping Harris just because I really think it does help out special teams. But Flanagan-Foles should not be on this roster over either of the 2 aforementioned guys.
Absolutely not. I'm trying to think of other ones. I mean, I would have kept Gallman as a fifth tailback, but I understand you don't really need 5. And Jeff Wilson Jr. is coming back. Hold on, more. They kept Tom Compton, waived Dakota Shepley, who I mean I hadn't seen much from, but I guess the rest of the league liked him. He didn't clear waivers. He went to Seattle.
Yep.
And he's young.
Shocker.
He went to
Shocker.
freaking
He went to
again.
Seattle.
It's like, I'm not saying Shepley's better than Compton, but if you had waived Compton and kept Shepley, you'd have both of them right now. No one wants Tom Compton. He's freaking Tom Compton. His name is Tom freaking Compton. That's his real name. So, yeah, you could have both, man. That's the other one. Those are the misses.
Luckily, they were able to get Brendel back because God knows what would have happened to that center position.
The coach says, when's the next call-in show? I'm ready to go toe. So I'm surprised you haven't called in yet. We do it every Saturday, Sunday. It'll be this weekend. I got you. I'm surprised. I'm waiting for you, man. I appreciate all the donations, but you can call in for free and you can give me the business. I'm waiting for the business, Coach. Tony says, is any of this Parag, Kyle Lynch not wanting to give up what they think Jimmy could be worth on the open market in a non-COVID year? Dude, it's Kyle. It's all Kyle. It's up to Kyle. Kyle needs to get on board right now. Come on, Kyle.
Who cares what Jimmy? Okay, this is like the argument that I always make. You know, people are always like, well, you can't trade within division because what if you make that other team bigger or better? It doesn't matter if you make that other team better. Does it make you better? Are you better because of the trade? Then who cares what it does to another team? It's ultimately all about you. Winners focus on winning. Losers focus on winners. You do not focus on the teams around you. You focus on yourself if you are a winning organization.